Alright, today we're going to work on a spigot. We installed this about maybe 2 years ago, and for some reason it is leaking no matter how tight I turn it. I'm assuming there's a rubber washer inside the housing that is just no good. So I did a little research, looked at it. It looks like you could take out the guts and replace anything that's damaged. This is about 11 inches because the valve where it shuts off is actually inside the house to keep it from freezing. I'm a little disappointed that it failed already, but here we are. So I've never done it before, but it seems pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to take out the screw, take off that, and I'm going to go ahead and take out the packing nut behind it, and it should all pull out. Before I do any of this, I'm going to go downstairs in my basement, and right on the other side of this wall is the main shutoff valve. So I'm going to go do that, and I'm going to go ahead and drain the whatever's in the line. So went ahead, it's wide open now, and it doesn't sound like any water, so I'm going to take off the hose just to see if anything's leaking. Just a little bit of residual coming out of there. So I'm going to go ahead and start dismantling it and see if we can find what the issue is. Alright, go ahead, take off this screw. Should be pretty easy. There it goes. Don't lose that because you'll need it. Pull off the handle. Now I'm going to go ahead and take off the packing. But should be pretty easy. Change hands here. Using a crescent wrench, adjusting it, comes off right nice and easy. Just have to crack it, then there we go, got that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it all out. So that was easy enough. As you can see, it's a pretty long piece. Still leaking quite a bit. It's probably just from the residual water. The main's turned off, so it should come out eventually. Look at the piece, examining it. The front part looks good. No big issues there. You go down here. Make sure it's not blurry. And you can kind of see there is damage all over. Right there, and there's a big chunk right there on the right side. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find a replacement. Probably go to Ace or Home Depot and see what I can do. Okay, so ran into a little unique problem. To get these washers off, you have to take off this screw at the end of the, I guess, the guts, for lack of better words. But the problem is, let me show you. When I put my screw in there, it's designed to spin. So somehow I have to hold the housing in place. I don't have any pliers or vice grips that thin, but I did figure out a way to do it. So if you can see, in this one, there's a little groove in there. I have a tiny screwdriver I'm going to stick in there. And then hold it. So here we go. All I need to do is get it in there, and that should hold it. It's not tight, so it shouldn't take. Oh, my vise came loose. Tighten that up real quick. Go ahead, find that little notch in there. Go ahead, and then boom. Now I got the screw coming out. So, and hopefully you don't drop it. Now I gotta find it. Okay, after looking, I finally found the damn washer I dropped. Not that one, but the brass one. So that's good. Then I went to Ace Hardware, and I'm hoping I got the right washer. So this is rubber. It's pretty soft. It's beveled. So I don't know exactly what size it is. So when I got there and I asked them, they said this is pretty close. Looks like the same diameter. It's a little bit deeper. I'm not sure if that's just because this one's smashed down from use, and it's a little bit harder. The other difference is that the internal diameter is a little bit bigger than the original one, so hopefully that doesn't cause me any issues, but we'll go ahead and find out. Pretty easy. I just got to put them back on, put the screw there, the new beveled washer, or then put the brass on there, brass washer, I think, maybe copper, I don't know what it is. And then the kind of the skirt on the back, which that looked good, so I didn't replace that. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Now put it back on to the guts, or finish up the guts. Probably have to set this phone down to screw it in, because I got to put that screwdriver back in there. It's all back together. I did tighten the screw pretty tight. Hopefully I didn't smush it down and it won't fit in there. But we're going to go ahead and bring it back to the front and install it. Okay, we're back out front. Obviously you can see the water finally drained out. Nothing but a drip now. I'm going to go ahead and insert this. You can see right here, once you get so far, you got to screw it in. It's threaded, and go from there. So, let's see. So far, seems to fit, no issues. It hit that threaded part, so now I got to turn it. I'm going to turn it all the way. Make sure I can get the handle back on. Alright, it's threaded a little bit. There we go. Try to push this washer without damaging it. And then the packing nut goes on here. And I'm going to snug this up with my hand, just so I don't crush that washer at the end. And then once I get everything back on, I'll snug it up once it's all tight and put back together. So next thing, get the little handle. Fits on there like that, easy enough. Screw in there. And it is easy peasy. Alright, now it's tightening up, it's turning off. Just snug it up so I don't damage that washer in there. So it should be all the way off now. Now I'm going to go ahead and tighten this packing nut down. Obviously righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. There's no reverse threads on here. And don't overdo it. You just want to snug it. There you go. So right now it should be off. I'm gonna go turn the water back on and we'll check it out. Alright, so I still have an issue. It's all the way off and it's still leaking. Not good. I'm gonna again do it all over again and see if I can see what the issue is. Well, found the issue. There's the new one I just installed. There's something in there that is compressing it or cutting it. I don't know how or what. Hopefully it's a piece of dirt or rock that got somehow in there. I don't know. I'm gonna try to figure it out. Alright, so I found the culprit. there was a little piece of plastic or something in there right on the threads. This picture was taken with an endoscope afterwards, but I went ahead, blew it out, which I probably should have done first, and it's all clear now. So I'm going to go ahead and reinstall it all and see, even if it's damaged, it'll hold the water. Alright, so it's on, and even without turning it hard, even with that little damage to the beveled O-ring, it seems to be working fine. I'll probably replace that ring again just to be safe, but for now it works good and I'm happy with it. Took a little longer than I anticipated.